want to see some of the hottest watch releases of 2025?
Yeah.
I thought so. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. And haven't we got a show for you today? Now, I have got 3 watches at different price points, and all 3 not only give massive value for money, but they are blooming good looking watches. I've got 2 divers and a chronograph sandwiched in between. And I've gone big. These watches are 42, 42 and 43 millimeters in diameter. So let's show you the watches. Tell me which one you like the most. Get my wife's opinion at the end. And let's have a blooming good time doing it. Are you hottest new watches right now ready? Let's go. So the first watch, I'm just gonna go for it. Big, bold, in your face, unabashed, a proper deep diver. And it is brought to us by the company Squale. Now, I absolutely love Squale. I used to own the 1521 Super Ocean, and yeah, slightly regret selling it. So having one here to review today just gives me that itch to get another one. And ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Squale Master. These 2 absolutely amazing looking watches are a tribute to Squale's history. First of all, they were a company that made dive watches for other watchmakers like Blancpain, Longines, you name it. Well, at the end of the 50s, the owner of Squale decided to make their own. So these are tributes to those first watches made 75 years ago. Now, I thought I was gonna love the blue the most, but actually, I love this teal one. The green one is called the Grand Vert, and the blue is the Grand Bleu. Now, these are supposed to represent the colors of the water from a diver's perspective. So when they're looking up, they see this greeny color, and when they go down deep diving, they see this deeper blue. Absolutely amazing. And I don't usually love busy novelty dials. Now, these watches are made using grade 5 titanium. Not only does it polish up well, it's very light, and it is over twice as hard as normal stainless steel. So you may think, looking at this watch, oh, that's a big heavy biggin. No, it's not. It's actually 30% lighter than stainless steel, and you can really feel it. Anyway, the finishing to this watch is very special. Love the chamfers on the side of the case. The brushing on the sides is phenomenal. As you can see, we have a helium escape valve, and we have drilled lugs. This is a proper tool watch. It's 42 millimeters in diameter, it's 15.5 millimeters thick, 49 lug to lug, and has a strap width of 20 millimeters. With its screw down crown and screw down case back, this watch is water resistant for up to 1,200 meters. Mental. So the case does need to be thick. Squale have done a great job of hiding its girth, and when it gets on my wrist, I don't think it's going to look as thick as it looks now. Now, the dial is protected by a sapphire domed glass, and that sapphire is 4 millimeters thick.
It's a deep diver.
The strap has a nice smell of vanilla to it. That's not the only good thing. The buckle is also grade 5 titanium, and the strap itself, well, it's rubber, but it has this alligator embossing to it on the top, which I wasn't particularly sure of at the start, but I've definitely grown to like it. Everything about this watch, to me, says professional tool with a bit of fun thrown in on the side. Because look at that dial, people. Is that cool or what? It's a 3-dimensional wave pattern. As you can see, we have the Squale logo, not only above the handstack, but below it as well. When Squale did make cases to the likes of Blancpain, they would always have their logo at the bottom. For anyone that's annoyed with that, you don't like their history then, because I think it's what makes them Squale, you know? They made watches for these big brands. So to own a Squale with its history is special. Now, we have applied hour markers that are polished, and they just bling in the light. We have a handset that is quite unique. A polished hour hand sort of blends into the dial. The minute hand is what we need to see on a dive watch, and that is orange. And I love the little orange accent, not only with the master, but also with the little upside down triangle on the ceramic bezel insert. And onto that bezel, well, it's 120 clicks, it's unidirectional. It has that lovely 1521 ratchet to it. Absolutely no backplate whatsoever. I do prefer 60 clicks, but as 60 clicks go, you're not going to be disappointed. Now this watch has an incredible lume to it as well. BGW9 in different colours, a lume pip on the bezel. It looks proper ready for business in the dark, doesn't it? Powering this beauty is a Sellita SW200-1 Elaborate. It's automatic, sweeps away at 28,800 beats per hour, and has around 38 hours of power reserve. The crown is so grippy. Check out the crown when it's out. There's a little red ring, just warning you that the crown is out. Love that touch. Love it. And on my 6.5-inch wrist, well, I don't think this looks out of place at all. Yes, it's thicker than your average diver, but your average diver can't do what this one does. And because it's not made from stainless steel, it really doesn't feel heavy on the wrist. Look at that boy. Does that look good or what? This and the Grand Bleu is available on the Squale website for just under £2,000. I think for the specs you get and the features it has, and the fact it's pretty much Squale's signature flagship watch with the added fun dial, it's a great choice. Next up, a chronograph from a brand I particularly love, and that is Hemel. Yes, this brand has been around 10 years now, and it has continued to make banger after banger of a watch, giving us watch enthusiasts what we want. Predominantly, they've stuck to the history of the pilot's watch. I've reviewed one of those before, and they are absolutely stunning. It's actually my dad's favourite watch, and he liked it so much he's currently wearing it now. But today's watch is the Hemel Skyraider. Look at it. Now this is unusual for Hemel. This is a completely different case than usual, and this was created in partnership with the League of Microbrands, which is an online microbrand community exclusive to Facebook, and they've got over 60,000 members there now. This combines all the goodness in Hemel, but in a more, I don't know, maybe drive racing influence, you know? This is a very cool and classic style case, but in a more modern size. It's 43mm in diameter, 14mm thick, 49 lug to lug, and a strapaholic 20mm. Now the dial is protected by a sapphire box crystal, and underneath, wow, aren't you lucky? You get a sapphire display case back showing off the beautiful Seagull ST19 movement. Honestly, everyone should own a watch with an ST19 movement inside with a display case back. To think that this movement is so affordable, and if it was to have been made by the Swiss, would have been at least £2,000 to £2,500. At least. It just shows you what a steal it is. Now this watch comes with this leather strap. It has a really cool buckle to it with Hemel going down the sides. Me personally, I would have liked maybe a rubber racing strap.
I do like my rubber straps these days.
To give it more of a 70s look, because it is already looking a bit 70s, isn't it? The bezel is quite a bonus as well. It's a ceramic insert, and it's 120 clicks, unidirectional. It's a countdown bezel in 5s. Have a listen. I mean, that is strong, isn't it? Does not feel cheap. Feels darn good. Oh, it's fidgetable, I tell you that. Kurt would love this watch. Super! Now onto the dial, and this one that Hemel have sent in to me is their lume dial. Check this bad boy out. How cool is that? I don't actually have a watch in my collection that is all loomed. Very cool indeed. So as I said, this houses the ST19 movement. It's a manual wind column wheel chronograph, and it has the nice push-in ignition to it. Love the orange accent of the start and stop pusher, which marries with that outside track of the dial. Design is spot on. The crown is not screw in. The operating of this watch is lovely. Just what you'd expect from a Seagull ST19 movement. The only little downside to this watch for me is the fact it's only 50 meters of water resistance. But a racing watch like this, well, you wouldn't take your Speedmaster diving, would you? On my 6.5-inch wrist, and wow, this watch looks cool on me too. It may be 43 millimeters in diameter, but because the lugs are so tiny, this watch sits on your wrist well and feels pretty comfy. The strap is a little stiff, but I'm sure over time that'll be a bit softer. And as we have a 20 millimeter lug width, I'd probably get it on a rubber strap. Right now, you can buy the Skyracer for £416. At the minute though, it seems that you can get a 5% discount, which makes this watch even more affordable. People, there is a reason why this brand, Hemel, has been around for 10 years. Because they have consistently made good watches after good watches with good customer service, and having a watch that is quite unusual to the brand is cool. Skyracer away!
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
So we come to our third watch, and it is from a huge brand. It's probably one of my favorite brands of the year, and that is Hanhart. Yeah. A company that has been around for absolutely ages, made a name for themselves in the 1920s for making affordable but accurate stopwatches, then issuing chronograph watches in World War II, then post-war. And even though Hanhart have made dive watches in the past, having a dive watch from Hanhart is still quite unusual. But let me tell you, this watch, well, it's a phenomenal beast. And we are talking about the Hanhart Aquasphere. Now just look at this watch, because for me it just oozes German efficient design. And yes, it does have a slight resemblance to a Breitling Super Ocean. I can't quite put my finger on why, but I don't like the Super Ocean. And I absolutely love this Aquasphere. Now this is a stainless steel watch. Look at the construction on the side of these lugs. Very cool. As you can see, we have a helium escape valve. Beautiful signed crown. I'm not usually one for modern case designs. This, I think, falls under that bracket, and I really do like it. It's 42 millimeters in diameter, just under 13 millimeters thick, 49 lug to lug, and a Strapaholic 20mm lug width. With a screw down crown and a screw down case back, this puppy is water resistant to 300 meters. We have a sapphire glass protecting the dial, and the bezel is awesome. It's stainless steel with a matte ceramic insert. I love the upside down triangle at 12 o'clock with that little accent of red. Hanhart are known for their little red accents. It goes so well with the seconds hand. But listen to this, 60 click, unidirectional. Oh my. That is beautiful. It reminds me of my CWC 1980 reissue RN diver. It's good. Now, new to the Aquasphere are these rubber straps. They have Hanhart embossed on the sides and they don't look too out of place. Could feel a bit corny, but not here. It definitely has a rubber bee or an Everest feel to them. Feels FKM rubbery. The clasp, wow, it is absolutely special. Stainless steel. We have the red accent again. Push button deploying, and I absolutely love that. And just listen to that click. Oi. Ooh. The dial to this watch is magnificent. First of all, I absolutely love the metallic chapter ring that goes around this watch. Always like a decent chapter ring on a diver. And then you fall into this, well, what Hanhart calls the ocean fade dial, which is pretty much a tribute to the depths of the ocean and a tribute to divers in the ocean. Light blue at the top and then fades to an almost black at the bottom. The handset, they're slightly skeletonized at the base of them, but they are great sword looking syringy hands. And I absolutely love that seconds hand, because not only do we have lume on the tip, it's a pointed tip I've never seen before. And the lume, well, the lume's not bad either. Swiss Super Luminova, absolutely everywhere on the bezel, the dial, the indices, the handset. I expected nothing less. It's very cool. Now, powering this watch is a Swiss Soprod SOP-P025. And it is the sort of clone of a Sellita SW200, which is a clone of an ETA 2824, sweeps away at 28,800 beats per hour, 25 joules, and has around 38 hours of power reserve. The operating of this watch is beautiful, big crown, even though it is polished, the coin edging is still quite deep and I get great purchase on it. It just feels like a proper tool. On my 6.5-inch wrist, and wow, this hugs the wrist beautifully, where you certainly don't feel the 13 millimeters of thickness on here. And this strap, oh, very comfortable. I could get used to wearing this one. On Hanhart's website right now, you can buy this watch on the rubber strap for around £1,400, just under. And I know what goes into building these watches because I've been to their factory in Germany, and I know if I was to buy one, I will get a darn good product. And the overall service from CEO to toolmaker is unbelievable. Hanhart are definitely a shining light for me this year, and with watches like these, they just keep going from strength to strength. So there we go, the beautiful Squale Master Grand Vert, the awesome Hemel Skyracer Chronograph, and the sleek, modern looking Hanhart Aquasphere. Which one did you like the most? Having these watches as a 3-watch collection, it's not a bad collection, is it? Today's show hopefully gives you proof that you don't just have to look at the authorized dealers in your local town centre for amazing watches. Us true watch enthusiasts know value when they see it staring at their faces. Any one of these watches will be an amazing addition to anyone's collection, and I would love to know in the comments below if you own one of these watches or thinking about buying one of these watches. Right, what we got to do now? Wife's reaction. Oh. So here it is, my wife's thoughts on all 3 of today's stunning watches, starting with the Squale Master. Wow, this is chunky. I do like the waves on the face, but it's a bit much for me. And what's that ice cream smell? The strap. Next up, the Hemel Skyracer. This one's okay. The case looks a bit weird. I do like the orange on the face, but I don't like the strap. It's okay. And finally, the Hanhart Aquasphere. I don't like the strap. It looks way too gimmicky. The whole watch has given me sailing porthole vibes, but it's not the worst one you've shown me. Ha ha ha! A comprehensive view from a non-watch lover. She's not their target market, is she? Thank you so much for watching till the end. Thank you to Hemel, Hanhart and Squale. There are links to all 3 watches in the description below. You won't regret looking, I tell you. Now, if you want to support the Mad Watch Collector a bit further, and I know you do, we got a Patreon now. Features like blooper reels, behind the scenes content, see the shows before anyone else, and I forgot. Private group chats, obviously. And we can't forget the feature of getting your name credited at the end of the show like this lovely lot. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, and I hope I have, why don't you click this one? These are a set of hot watches as well. Oh, very hot. Come on, click it. Oh, Aquasphere. Click it, click it.